Hello and welcome everyone to this live demo session on SAP Business Technology Platform Training with me, Anubhav. In this training, we are going to learn and understand the core concepts of SAP BTP, clean core side-by-side extensibility, as well as using the cloud application programming model with SAP BTP to build end-to-end full-stack SAP development and applications on Cloud Foundry environment. This training is designed for an absolute beginner, an ABAP developer, or a developer in the field of SAP who would want to venture into BTP. Anybody who's willing to administer, build, develop, deploy, test, and deliver end to end cloud native applications or build clean core side by side extension. This is the training for you. If you are new to BTP or if you heard about BTP, it is all okay. You all can attend this training if you are an absolute beginner as well. So let's get started and understand what we're going to cover in today's demo session. My name is Anubhav and I have total 20 years of experience in the field of SAP, and since last 8 years I am working on SAP BTP ever since its name was called as HANA Cloud Platform. Then, way back in 2015, the name was changed to SAP Cloud Platform. And as of December 2019, that platform is renamed again and rebranded as SAP Business Technology Platform. Ever since, there has been number of changes into the BTP platform in terms of offering. And now it is the go-to platform for all the companies and organizations who would want to build applications in the cloud or build extensions in the cloud. So we will understand who is this training for, what is Cloud Foundry, how does it play a role with respect to BTP. We will then discuss cloud application programming model basics today in this demo, and then we will see a practical use case where I will be creating a very simple applications as part of the BTP platform today at front of you. It will be a demo session, so it's okay if you don't understand end to end all the coding practices which we will follow, but eventually you all will get well versed with all these topics as and when we continue our training. Finally, I will answer some of the FAQs, the previously asked questions, along with Q&A. So let's understand our developer persona. Meet Daniel, who's a software developer, a technical advocate, an SAP enthusiast. He is 30-year-old SAP technical advocate, MS from computer science. The current skill set what Daniel has is ERP, understanding of basic programming languages, would have heard about cloud, and have good skills on data structure. His current area of work is S4 HANA solution, working as a Fury consultant, and also have little bit knowledge on programming languages like Java and Node, or at least heard about them. His current needs are to develop and design end-to-end systems and solutions for his customer, give the guidance to the business team or to the management when they ask technical guidance from him regarding BTP, and he would want to develop end-to-end solutions on SAP BTP platform. The aim here is to provide best in class software solutions and proposals to the client and the company. So, if that is your need, if that is what you are also looking forward for, then certainly this training is also going to help you, like, for example, Daniel. Now, let's understand how is this going to help and map your current job profile. So, if you're working as an S4 HANA developer or a consultant in S4 HANA like Jack, who would want to build side by side extensions adopting SAP's clean core methodology and understand how to run end-to-end cloud native application as a side-by-side extension application using Cloud SDK with API Hub, this training is going to help you. Maybe there are a lot of jargons, maybe a lot of terms for the first time you're hearing in this demo, but don't worry, as and when we go into our training in session number 17 and 18, we're going to talk about it. Then if you are working as a solution architect like Anna, have a very vast and rich experience in SAP technologies and willing to contribute to upcoming or ongoing S4 HANA cloud and other cloud development products which your company is currently using, and want to use the SAP BTP platform to build native cloud applications and extensions and provide tangible and meaningful solutions to your customers. This training is also going to help you. You're going to learn architecture, solution design, different design patterns, different SAP BTP design patterns to provide corresponding solutions and integrations, along with security and frameworks and tools, so that you can guide your technical team and act as a lead to foster the innovation using BTP in your organization. Then, if you're working like Ankita, who is any SAP consultant working in areas like MM, PP, FICO, ABAP, or SAP functional modules like CRM, PLM, SRM, and want to understand what is Cloud Foundry, what is SAP BTP, and what are the different ways to build and develop native cloud applications using programming languages like Node and Java, then this training is going to help you. Perhaps you also heard about your company adopting and planning to use CAP framework. This training is certainly going to help you in that direction. Finally, my personal favorite, Subson, like as an ABAP or a Fiori developer who is currently working as a developer in a company with SAP projects and want to work faster with no code or less code or low code tools, including Business Application Studio, and upskill herself to innovate and build new applications in the cloud. For example, Fiori cloud applications or using the build work zone, then this training is also going to help you. So that's the developer persona. You can map yourself to one of these developers, one of these profiles, and see how is this course going to help you according to according to the journey you would want to take. So let's see what can we expect in next 50 hour of this training journey. Yes, this training is for 50 hours, and what can you expect in next 50 hours? So first step, we are going to start introduction to SAP BTP. We will understand how to onboard ourselves on a BTP account using SAP BTP trial account with Cloud Foundry environment. We will understand how to administer your account with understanding of global accounts, sub accounts, dev space, environments, subscriptions, and services. Then in phase 2, we will begin with development, the real development using Node.js programming language. Don't worry if you are new to Node.js. As part of this training, we are going to cover basics of Node.js for you. You all, whether you come from ABAP background or a non-Node background, you can easily learn and understand that because we will be spoon feeding these concepts like a college fresher to you. You will understand the concept of cloud application programming model, so-called CAPM, and how do we develop end-to-end applications and deploy them in the cloud using CAPM. Then we will talk about the clean core. We'll understand what is SAP's clean core methodology, what it means to build a side-by-side application, extension application in BTP, and understand how do you consume SAP data with the help of API Hub. You will see how to use the core concepts of SAP Build Work Zone to give access of your application to the end users. We will also see how to use latest SAP Joule AI to quickly develop and leverage the generative AI capabilities of SAP. Finally, in the last step, we are going to see how to develop Java based applications using Spring Framework and also use the CI CD pipeline, the continuous integration and continuous delivery, and also understand the cloud transport mechanism, including security of your applications into the cloud. All of that along with the tools and technologies like VS Code and Business Application Studio, along with the Build Code tool. So let's now try and understand our use case. So first we need to understand what is BTP and what is this term called Cloud Foundry. So I would want to meet my developer Daniel once again. So you can see Daniel is a developer like you and me who is willing to develop an application. So any developer in their life, when they start their development journey, they typically need to have following things. The first thing, they would need a laptop with hardware and software configuration. Then they would need to choose the required programming language and tool which they need to install in their laptop. So let's try and understand what would Daniel need as part of his journey to become a developer or to build application for his company. And like Daniel, there are millions of them in the globe. So what are the common challenges a company would face when they want to establish a development team? So the very first thing what Daniel would need is the hardware computational power, which includes networking, storage, servers, virtualization, and operating system. Basically, a laptop or a device where he can begin his development. Then, Daniel would need database, middleware, and runtime. Database like, for example, MySQL, SQLite, or HANA database. Middleware, where he can use integration tools to connect to these different OS layer and different other services. In addition, he would need runtime. For example, if you want to build a C program, you need C compiler. If you want to build a JavaScript program, you need Node.js. If you want to build a Java program, you need Java runtime environment. Similarly, if you want to build an ABAP program, you need an ABAP NetWeaver environment or ABAP layer. So that is what the primary need of any developer like Daniel would be. Now, after that, he can start coding the application and the data. But the problem here comes is when we want to arrange all of these things together. So if you want to or plan to start a development team, or you want to start development for your own startup, you would need to arrange all these things. To arrange all these things, it takes a lot of time. So to save the time in this modern world, what we do? We move towards cloud. So the first thing what we say, can somebody provide me this? Is there any rental service which I can take it from someone who can give me a already ready layer, which gives me storage, server, virtualization, and operating system? Yeah, that is what we are looking forward for. And that's where we have companies like Amazon, Microsoft, Google. They provide something called infrastructure as a service. A infrastructure as a service is nothing but a ready to use computer. You can rent out this computer on the internet in a layman way, if you understand. So suppose I want a computer with 30 gigs of RAM and 500 gigs of hard disk with, let's say, Intel latest processor with X amount of speed. Yes. So what I can do, I can go to Amazon and I can ask Amazon to provide me a computer with the same compute unit. And within no time, within 5 minutes, I have a computer ready on the internet. And that's exactly what a cloud system is all about. So you get a computer on the internet which you can connect from your own laptop. Maybe your personal laptop have hardly 1 GB RAM, but the computer which you got it on rental basis, it has 30 GB of RAM, which means you get a very good compute in it. So companies like Amazon, Google, they do provide such a service, and this is called infrastructure as a service. Then at the second step, we do get we do want to get runtime, middleware, and database. And that's where you again ask someone else to provide you runtime, middleware, database tools to build the development activities. So that's where we have offering called platform as a service. So platform as a service, these companies, they do provide you a platform where you as a developer or a development team can go and onboard yourself and start developing applications. So you don't have to take care of setting up databases, you don't have to take care of doing configurations, you don't have to take care installing tools, lot of tools in your laptop. You don't have to do all that. It's all ready for you. So a platform as a service offers you a ready to use development environment which you and me can use to start building applications in no time. And that's where there's a company called Pivotal. They have already provided way back in 2014 a platform as a service called Cloud Foundry. So Cloud Foundry is a open source platform as a service product platform provided by Pivotal company, which is an open source. What SAP did? SAP said, I also want to offer a platform to my customers. So why should I reinvent the wheel? So what did SAP do? they have downloaded this open source platform libraries, and they have reinvented or they have re-innovated a bit more on top of it, and that's when they have got SAP BTP. So in short, if we talk about BTP, it's a platform as a service which runs on top of infrastructure provided by Amazon, Google, or Microsoft. Yeah. So in simple way, if your manager tomorrow ask you, if you go for a lunch with your manager and they ask you what is BTP, can you tell me in one line? So BTP is nothing but it's a platform as a service which leverages the open source platform from Pivotal called Cloud Foundry to help you, the developer, and the development team to design, develop, manage, package, build, deploy end-to-end cloud applications without much effort. So what you get is a great time saving. Your team, your development team don't have to spend a lot of time arranging hardware. You don't have to procure hardware from market. It's already there, provided by infrastructure provider. On top, you have a platform provided by SAP leveraging the Pivotal's Cloud Foundry open source platform for its internal working. So all in all, SAP BTP is a fully ready landscape and with reusable services and tools for you and me or development team or for companies who want to build applications. Yes, so that's an end-to-end platform. You get it out of the box, so within no time you can immediately start focusing on your data and application. You don't have to focus on rest of the things yourself, or your company don't need to do that. You get it out of the box from SAP through the business technology platform. You can see P means platform. So that's why BTP is a platform as a service. Wow, great. So now let's understand what does this platform offer. The platform offers mainly four different verticals: database and data management, where it offers tools, services, and integration brokers to connect with third party and SAP's own data services like SAP Data Intelligence or SAP MDG, or you can also connect to SAP BW, for example. Then it also offers database as a service inbuilt like HANA Cloud. We will be covering that in our unit number 9. Then we have offerings related to analytics, where you would want to analyze historical data and build amazing charts, graphs, and lot of analytics insights so that you can present it to the CEO and the CIO of your company in an easy manner. So there are a lot of offerings which are provided by SAP on top of BTP, like Analytics Cloud or DataSphere. These are the offerings which are again leveraging the SAP's BTP platform. Then the platform offers application development and integration capabilities. And that's where this training focuses on. So this training mainly focuses on application development, where SAP offers something called SAP Integration Suite, which is a suite of frameworks and services and tools for you and me to develop applications. So we are born developers. So people who are born developers, for them, this is the offering what BTP gives to us, which we will be leveraging. So across the BTP, it's a broad umbrella. Across this broad umbrella, there is one particular component which is integration suite, which you and me will be using in this training to build applications and extensions. Then comes his extension suite and process orchestration. So that's where you do the integration basically. Then the next one comes is SAP intelligent technologies like SAP build apps, SAP build process automation, SAP AI core, and AI RAG. So a lot of these additional extra services are being offered. In the future, we are also planning to start trainings on SAP BPA, SAP build apps. So you can subscribe those trainings as well. So across this broad umbrella of BTP, we have a lot of different services, tools, and frameworks. So we will be focusing only on the application development as part of this journey in this training. But if you are interested to learn other technologies in BTP like Analytics Cloud, SAP Datasphere, or HANA Cloud development, then you can join my other courses available on anubhavtrainings.com. So on top of this platform, you have ability to do hyperscaling, you have ability to do integration. With the help of integration suite, you can integrate with other technology. We also do have a separate training for integration suite. In case your goal is to become an integration expert, you can join that training also. So we do have different courses for different offerings on BTP. Now, let's talk about our use case for today. What we want to do in this demo session, because no demo is complete without a proper use case. So imagine you are working as a developer in Fox Media House in USA, and your company is asking you to build a BTP applications. Your company is asking you to build a cloud application which runs on internet. Your management asked you to make a Fiori application to demonstrate the election results of the last USA presidential elections of 2024. So you would want to take all the data of elections, store it in the cloud, and then you would want to build a nice, beautiful applications to demonstrate this data to your business. So this is your requirement for today, a very practical requirement. Somebody, everyone, even a layman person can understand the requirement. Now, as a developer, how are you going to achieve it? So of course you have to build a simple project, a simple application. And in that application, as you can see, you will have a database where you will store the data. You will have a service which exposes this data on the internet. And then you will have a screen, a UI, which user will be using. So what are we going to do? We're going to start our development tool. We will call it as Business Application Studio tool. I will cover a detailed introduction of Business Application Studio tool in chapter number 2, which is tomorrow. So, but for demo, I have already set up that. Then we have to create a new project. We will be initializing a project and creating a database entity, a database table. Then we will upload the elections data to this database table in the cloud. And finally, we will expose a service to expose this data on the internet. And then finally, we will get a Fury application created. So all around this particular path, we will be following step by step. Okay, so basically, whenever you start any development, you would need some kind of a development tool. So, as a developer, what is our development tool? What is our go-to development tool? So, as a developer, our go-to development tool would be the Business Application Studio tool. So, first step, I will be connecting to this tool, and through this tool, I will be initializing a project. So, what are the components of my project would be? So to initialize a project, I will be using a command called CDS init command. Now I'm going to explain you what is CDS, what is init command, where these commands are coming from, what are the libraries we using, which programming language are we going to using. All of that in session number 2 we will learn. Yeah, but today just for demo, I want to take a simple plain vanilla flow so you can understand my teaching tactic. So we will be initializing our project, and when you initialize, it gives you three major components. One will be database, where you can create your database table. Table is called entity. Yeah, like in college days, you create entity relationship diagram, right? Entity is a table. Then you create a service which will expose this data on the internet, and finally you will have a UI where you will build screens to display this data to the user. And our data set will be our USA elections data, which I will have, for which I will be creating an entity. Yeah. So let us get into the system and create this project and see how can we build our first application. So here we are using SAP's cloud application programming model. I'm not covering introduction of CAPM in this demo session due to interest of time, but I just wanted to take you through the complete journey of development, how easy it would be once you use it. But of course, when it comes to understanding CAPM, the theoretical knowledge we would need to understand end to end, we will be doing in session number 3 in detail. So let's go back to my development tool, which I have already created over here, and I will create project under the projects directory. So just think about I'm connected to a computer on the internet from my computer. Remember, that's what the cloud is all about. So here you can see we have a projects directory under which we are going to create a project. So what I will do, I will use the ancient commands to create a new project. So I go to a terminal here, and I will create mkdir, make directory command. This is something I studied in 6th standard of my school days to create a directory in the computer. So I'm creating a project. Let's call it as cap demo. So you can see a new folder cap demo is created, which is pretty much empty. There's nothing in this. So now I go to change directory command, cap demo. So now I'm inside the cap demo directory. Yeah. So here is where we're going to initialize the project. So to initialize the project, the time is gone when you as a developer have to write every part of the application manually. We are living in 21st century. The tooling and the tools have become very powerful nowadays. So SAP provide a framework called CAPM framework. This framework allows you to initialize, build, develop, package, deploy, manage, monitor. Yes, everything about end to end your project. So there is a command which the framework gives called CDS init command. We use this command to initialize our project. Done. Wahala. There you go. You can see a project is created with this empty directory. As I told you, we have the database, service, and application. So I'll start now with the database. So let's create a new file. Let's call it as data model.cds. Now, what is .cds means? Yeah, we're going to talk about this in unit number 4, where you understand what is core data and services and how does it help you and why is that I create a file called CDS. Yeah, we will understand that in detail later on. But just for demo, just see that I'm creating a file, and under this file, I can create my tables. So I will be creating a database table now. So I'll right click and say open with graphical modeler, which makes it easy to create a database table for us. So now we will be creating a database table over here. So in few seconds, my screen will show me a beautiful graphical editor. As you can see, it's loading up so that I can start creating my database tables. Superb. So here we can now create a entity. You see, add entity button. Let's create an entity. That's my table, and it will automatically get a primary key field. As you all know, as a developer, that primary key is nothing but is the column or combination of column in a table, which makes every record unique. So this primary key value will be automatically generated by the framework. Yeah, it's a UUID type. It's a GUI type. So it will automatically, as in when I insert data, the ID will be generated automatically. Let's call this table name as USA elections table. That's my table name, and then I can add columns. So let's add the different columns with the data type. So what I have done already is I have prepared, or I have got here the data from the internet about the most recent presidential elections in US. So this data I already have it available in my laptop. So I will be just showing you this data, and we will be also creating our table accordingly. Yeah, our database table accordingly. So let me show you the data. It is already in the CSV format with me. So I will be creating my columns in the table, very much aligning with that. Yeah, so that is what I'll be doing. So we have the data for state, country, whether it was Republican, Democrat, how many votes they've got in each of the county, and then what is the difference of vote and who was the winner in that county. Yes, so state, county, Republican, Democrats, difference, and winner. These are the columns. So I will first put the state property. It's a string. Then I will add one more property, county. Like in India we have states, under states we have districts. Yes, similarly in US we have states, under states we have county. Then we have Democrats, Republicans. So Republican vote count, how many votes Republicans got in that county. It's of type integer, 64. Then I will also add Democrats. Then I will have difference. Then I will have who was the winner. Was it Trump or Kamala Harris, right? So this is all what we have done. So it's a very simple way to create a database table in the cloud. Perfect. Beautiful. So going forward, when we go into our detailed training, we will also learn concepts of composition, association. We will be building an end-to-end purchase order application in the cloud. Yes. So that time we will have more complex relationships between multiple tables. We learn concepts like aspects, reusable types, yeah, uh, assertion conditions, lot of things, lot of learnings will be there. To keep my demo simple, I just have one table today. Okay, then I would also want to upload the dummy data or the data in this table. When I build this table, I eventually want the data also to be uploaded. So SAP understands that a developer, when they are building application, they need demo data in the table. So what SAP says, you create a folder called CSV, and in this folder you upload your CSV file where you have the data following this structure. Yeah. So what I will do, I will go back to my computer and I will US elections data CSV. I'm uploading it here. Yeah. So you can see state, county, Republicans, Democrats, difference in winner. So it's matching state, county, Republicans, Democrats, difference in winner. So it's exactly matching my structure of the table and the name. You see US elections. So US, oh, it's USA elections. So I have to just change my table name US elections. Yeah. So once these two things matches accurately, it will automatically upload our data to the table. Superb. So now that is the step number one. We have created our database table. The next step is, on top of this table, we are going to create a service. So let's go to service tab and create a data service.cds. And here we are going to create a service. So I'll say I want to using my existing table. So just now I've created a table with the name called data model CDS file. Under my DB folder, I want to use a table called US elections from there. And then I want to create a service on top of it. Yeah. And my service name will be, let's say, Anubhav service. And then I'll say service, my entity, USA elections, and it will be US elections. So please use my database table to create a service. By the way, this will be created as a OData v4 service, yeah, version 4. Now, if you are new to OData, don't worry. I will be covering basics of OData for you as well as part of the training. So basically, on the internet, everything is communicated through services. So system will create a service for us. Okay, good. So that is it. We are happy. In just 10 to 20 minutes, we were able to build a simple application, a table, a dummy data to be uploaded, and a service. Superb. So let's see now, how can I test my application here. So I say a command called CDS run command. When I run this command, it automatically creates the table. It also deploys the data. You see, it created a database, yeah, local database. It initialized my database with the CSV file data, and then it actually running a it is running my application now on this port. So I can open my application now, and you can see this is my application. I can just preview my application now, and I will get a beautiful application on that service. Superb. There you go. So if I go to configure my columns, I can see here my columns now. I will add them, and voila, you can see all my data is coming. So I can also add a filter for county and state, and then I can search. For example, I want to search for a particular state like New York. So show me all the, I can reorder the columns. So I can put the state on the top, then county. Yeah, so I can reorder. So I would want to now see, I can also group. I can also group by state. Yeah, so all these capabilities you get, got a beautiful application. You see all the states, and I now search the data for a state. For example, I search for California. I search and you can see all the county of California. It is showing how many votes were casted for Democrats, Republicans, and who was the winner in these counties, corresponding counties in that state. Wow, superb. So this is the way we all can go ahead and search the data. It's all out of the box in no time. I can say Kings County. Yes. So you can see California, and New York, Kings County, how many votes were casted there. So you get also automatically Excel export and all these capabilities out of the box. So the time is gone when in the past as a web app developer, you have to write a lot of code to build application. And that's where the real power of CAP framework comes into handy. So this is just a quick demo to showcase you how can I get started with CAPM and create my very first application with real time use case. Yes. So now let me move on to the next important aspect here with regard to this demonstration. So there are a lot of questions which were asked by you in the past regarding this training. So I would want to answer all of them. So first question, do I need to have any prior knowledge on BTP or Cloud Foundry? Absolutely not. You are a college fresher. This training is for you. Don't need to have any prior knowledge. So we will be covering all the core concepts of what is Cloud Foundry, and we will be covering all the core concepts of what is BTP. In fact, I will show you how to set up your BTP account for the first time as a college fresher, as a beginner. Then how much Java and the Node.js knowledge is required for this training? So you just need to have at least one programming knowledge, yeah, programming language knowledge. It could be C also, C++ also, not necessarily be Java. We will cover basics of Java. We will cover basics of Node.js for you. So if that's your concern that I'm an ABAP developer and never worked on Node.js, don't worry. We will cover the basics of Node.js and basics of Java for you along with the development tools. Anubhav, I am an ABAP consultant. Can I learn BTP? Yes, you can, and you must, because all the future projects which are coming, all the clean core, what company is talking about, what your manager is talking about, all the people around you, what they're talking, there's a lot of buzz and hype on BTP. In the future or in the upcoming days and months, all the projects will be on BTP. So we will be doing this development track to keep your career also on track. Yes. Then, how much is the deep knowledge of BAS required? No knowledge, no prior experience required on BAS tool. I will cover how to set up BAS and VS Code tool as part of this training. Yes, it will be part of your training. I will be covering that. So you don't need to have any prior knowledge at all. So what about server access for this training? So there is a free server access provided by SAP. It is called SAP BTP trial account. And in tomorrow's class, I will show you what you need to do to set up your BTP trial account. It's part of your journey, training journey. So you no need to have any prior knowledge or experience. I will be covering this as part of the training for you in the next class tomorrow. Would you cover clean core and side-by-side extension scenario as part of this training? Yes, I will explain you what is clean core, what is the clean core methodology, and we will build a side-by-side extension app in BTP using APIs provided by S4 HANA with the API hub through side-by-side extensibility options in BTP. So it's part of your training. So do you also cover cloud connector and cloud application security concepts? Yes, we will be connecting and covering the core concepts of security, including access UAA and also app router, and along with the cloud security, how to create roles, how to secure your data and applications. So, how is this course? Do spend time on CAPM. So, we will be spending almost 50% of the time on the CAPM framework, including basics of Node.js in the cloud. So we will spend almost 50% of this. But when it comes to Java development, there we will use Spring framework, because once you know the CAPM with Node.js, you can easily do CAPM with Java also yourself. However, we will cover for Java the Spring based development with the and with also frameworks like Olingo framework to build data on Java. So those who are coming from Java background, there is something for you as well as part of this journey. Do I need any prior OData experience? No. We will provide you complimentary session on basics of OData. It's part of your training journey. Can I also take this course in video mode if timing doesn't suit me? Yes, certainly. So if you are willing to learn with us and you don't have the exact timing availability, or maybe it's late night for you because our batch is going to be done on the morning timings, India timings. So in that case, you can opt for video mode training as well. So what tools do I need to practice uh, for this training. So for this training, we need tools like BAS tool, VS Code tool, and Cloud Foundry CLI tool. And I will teach you in the next class tomorrow how to set up these tools in your laptop so you can easily configure them and start your development. So the most important question, how do I join this training, Anubhav? To join this training, you can email us on contact@anubhavtrainings.com. Please note it is Anubhav Trainings. It is not Anubhav Training. So you can send us an email on contact@anubhavtrainings.com to join this training journey with us. Superb. So success will usually come to those who are too busy to looking forward for it. Success will not come for the people who are just waiting for them, who are just waiting for success to come to them. You have to keep finding it. And that is the thought of the day. With that, I'm signing out for this demo, and I hope to see you in next class tomorrow at the same time for our initial topic of setting up BTP account and setting up our development tools. Once again, from my side and my team side, thank you so much for being part of this demo session today. And I hope to see you in the next session tomorrow at the same time. Till then, happy coding and goodbye.